3, 4. So, yun yung pattern ng anapest. So, pag i-identify natin yan is symmetrical foot, anapestic, and then, since we have 4 metrical feet na naka-align siya sa tetra. So, it is called anapestic tetrameter. Gets? So, ganun din sa ibang metrical lines and metrical foot. Gets na?
Yes.
Just tell me if hindi pa clarified sa inyo or may mga gusto pa kayong dagdag.
Okay na, ma'am.
Okay na po?
Yes.
Okay. So, yun. So, since nagbigay na ako ng example, hindi ko na ito ipapano sa inyo. Yung sa Shakespeare. So, ang gagawin nyo sana dyan is i-identify nyo per line kung ano yung metrical lines. Metrical lines lang, hindi kasama metrical foot. Hindi,
Ano kasi topic ko yan?
ayan.
Naulit to.
Nakita ko topic ni Bia, pero since nasa example ko siya, nilagay ko. Sa iambic,
Parang naulit siya.
alam niyo ba kung anong ginamit dito? Sonnet 116 it was written by Shakespeare. Wherein ang ginamit niyang pattern dyan is the iambic pentameter, wherein each line we have 10 syllables and we have 5 bits, right? And we have 5 yung sa penta. So it is called iambic pentameter. So ito.
Shakespeare ng ayaw.
Ayaw.
Wala pang sonnets na.
Yun yung tatandaan nyo kapag ka sonnet ni Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, common na ginagamit niya is the iambic pentameter. Gets na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So those are the devices that create rhythm. So we're done with that. So the second one is devices that enhance meaning. So these are the devices that the poets are using in enhancing the meaning of their piece. So may ano ba kayo? May idea ba kayo kung ano yung mga nakapaloob dyan sa devices that enhance meaning? Ano yun? Ano? Yeah, included. Thank you.
Simile, personification.
So those are what you call how do you call those figures of speech? Figures of speech. So marami tayong types ng figures of speech. There are hundreds. But then, ito yung mga common lang na ginagamit ng mga poets. So the first one is the simile.
Oh my God, where's my
So we are familiar with this one, right? Simile. Who wants to read? Who wants to read? Mom Rob.
Simile directly compares two unlike things or objects using like or as.
Okay, dito sa simile is directly comparison between two unlike things or objects. So here, for example, a poem as lovely as a tree. So ano yung ano yung kinumpara doon ng dalawa? A poem as lovely as a tree. Okay. Poem and tree. How about this one? Each like a corpse within its grave until. Each like a corpse within its grave until. So, don't confuse sa mga naririnig nyo na parang hindi siya yung normal order ng words. Kasi nga, nasa poetry tayo. So, it seems like complex kapag ka poetry ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, again, each like a corpse within its grave until. So, ano yung pinagkumpara doon ng dalawang bagay? Each and corpse. So, like, ang ina-identify niya doon yung each like a corpse gets yung each and corpse. Gets? So, ang tatandaan nyo lang dyan, you are comparing two unlike things using like or as sa simile. Okay, the second one is the metaphor. So, in metaphor, who wants to read? Ma'am G. Ay, sorry.
Metaphor makes an indirect comparison between two unlike like that.
Yes. So here in metaphor, similar sila ng simile and metaphor. Pero ang pinagkaiba nila is what?
Walang like and
Walang like.
Yung metaphor kasi direct comparison sa unlike yung simile. Gumagamit ka ng like.
Okay. Okay. So yun yung pinagkaiba ng simile and metaphor. So sa metaphor, you are making comparison indirectly. Okay. So example dito is, it is the start to every wandering heart. So, what is the, ano yung kinumpara doon na dalawang bagay? Directly. It is the start to every wandering heart. Again? Okay, ito na lang. Yung pangalawa na lang. Okay. The morns are meeker than they were. The morns are meeker than they were by Emily Dickinson. Ano yun? Sige, try. Ano yun? Tsaka, yeah, horns and meeker. So, may direct comparison yung ginawa nila. So, gets na sa metaphor and simile? Okay. So, the next one, we have personification. So, in personification, it gives human attributes to inanimate objects. So, paulit-ulit na tayo dito. So, personification is what? Aside from the meaning of this, aside from the meaning here in our slide, example. Sige, example. Ano yun? The sun is dancing. So, ano yung ginamit doon na attribute ng human na
Dancing.
dancing. So, the sun is dancing. So, hindi naman siya literal na
Sumasayaw.
sumasayaw, di ba? Hindi siya literal na iintindihin. Wherein, ang mga poetry is gumagamit sila ng mga words na may malalim na meaning. Hindi siya literal. It's like connotative meaning, right? So, the other example is the waves beside them dance, but they don't. By William Wordsworth. So, ang ginamit nila ano is yung waves and then
Dance.
dance. Kasi wala namang sumasayaw na waves talaga. Right?
They are just look like this. It's like this.
Are we clear with personification?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, the next one is hyperbole or hyperbole. Okay, in hyperbole, who wants to read?
It's noted for the use of exaggeration, making the impossible seems possible.
Oh,
Example ba ng namin suntok sa buwan?
suntok sa buwan? Yeah, pwede. Kasi impossible naman yun. Dito kasi,
Sabihin
you
ko
are
na.
making things possible. You are making impossible seems possible.
Parang
Exaggeration.
Exaggeration nga siya. Kung mara, aabutin ko ang buwan, ibigay ko sa'yo, akin na ang buwan.
Tapos
Salitang mahal kita.
pag sabihin sa wakan lang,
I waited for you again.
100 years.
Wala naman nabubuhay ng 100 years.
Rare na lang ang makabot sa
Yes,
100 years, di ba? So, you are making
Sa mga
the impossible
Eliza
seems
cried like a river.
So, may mga example pa ba kayo dito sa hyperbole or hyperbole?
Hyperbole.
Okay, here example is they stretch in never-ending lines by William Wordsworth. So, ano doon yung thoughts? hyperbole.
Yung in-stretch niya.
Never-ending lines. Kasi wala namang never-ending, di ba? Lahat may katapusan. So that's why it is called exaggeration. Kasi nga, you are making things possible. Kahit na imposible namang mangyari sa reality. Right? So the next one is hyperbaton. So we have discussed this. Hyperbaton. We already discussed this sa ibang subject. So who wants to read the hyperbaton? Hyperbaton.
Hyperbata defies conventions in writing.
Una pag-aralan nyo yun, tapos
This is the intended poetic rhythmic pattern.
Okay, in hyperbaton, thank you sir, defies conventions in writing just as the intended poetic or rhythmic pattern. So dito sa hyperbaton, ano sa tingin niyo yan?
hyperbaton.
Yeah, the normal order ng sentence pattern is nababaliktad just to fit or suit kung ano yung, for example, dyan sa rhythmic pattern or yung sa sound, right? So, yung mga poetry, mostly, hindi.
Yung may
normal order, since we have
subject-verb
right?
agreement.
So, dito sa hyperbaton, ginagamit ng mga poetry, iniiba nila yung normal order ng sentence.
Yung grammar.
Yeah, the grammar also.
Kung parang marami lang
So, example here is,
sana basta Taylor. Taylor ko lang yung
ano yung example? Ay, wala pa na dyan, sorry.
ano sabihin mo sa mga words? Ano yung words? Parang ano sinunod ko yun? Nangalimay ko literal.
By William Wordsworth.
Words.
So, dito, mapapansin nyo sa sentence pattern or the subject-verb agreement is hindi tama, right? So, 10,000 so I had a class. Ano ba dapat yan?
I saw 10,000 at a glance.
Yeah. So, yun yung dapat pattern niya. But then in poetry, gumagamit sila ng hyperbaton just to suit the rhythmic pattern or yung mga artistic effect na tinatawag natin.
DJ.
Yeah.
Kaya minsan maganda yung mga poet, mga nagtirisan.
Kaya minsan, di ba, kapag ka hindi tayo, nahihirapan tayong intindihin kung ano yung mga gustong ipahiwatig ng mga literary piece or the poetry, right? Or the poem.
Di ba walang sinusunod ng parang grammatica? Kasi
Malaya. Sayad.
Yeah, wala.
Free
Yung free verse, free ka sa lahat. Yeah, in rhythm, in rhyme, ano pa ba yun? Ano ba yung mga nakas? So yung free verse, tinatawag natin unconventional form of poetry. So unconventional kasi nga, nag-emerge lang siya, I don't know, basta hindi siya yung kauna-unahang ano kasi, parang nag-emerge lang siya noong na-create na yung mga iba't ibang conventional form ng poetry. Okay.
Wala siyang rhythm, wala siyang rhythm sa
Metrical, ano yung
wala siyang measure sa rhythm. It's either kasi sa mga conventional may tatlo yan. Measure rhythm sa basta, nalimutan ko na, plus
So, yung free verse na sinasabi ni Sir Joel is under siya ng unconventional or yung hindi traditional. Are we clear with hyperbaton?
Yes.
Okay. So, those are the 5 types of devices that create, that enhance meaning. So, So those are, we have, first is
Simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, hyperbole.
So yun yung 5 types ng so those are called figures of speech and under siya ng devices that enhance meaning. So the third one is we have devices that intensify the mood. So these are the devices that the poets are using in intensifying the mood of their literary piece. Okay. So what do you think are the devices we are using in here when you are intensifying the mood? What?
Kasi namin, ma'am.
Onomatopoeia.
What are the devices we are using that intensify the mood? Alliteration, yes, kasama. So, alliteration, ano pa yung narinig ko isa? Onomatopoeia. So, saan sila under? Kanina we have figures of speech. So, here is devices that
Sound. Sa sound.
intensify the mood is na under sila ng
Sound.
figures of sound. Yes, you are correct. So the first one is the onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. So I know all of you are familiar with this.
Di ba, ma'am? Explain mo.
So here is onomatopoeia. Who wants to read?
Onomatopoeia is the figure of sound that uses words that mean
Kala mo make
sound
mo.
they represent.
So here is onomatopoeia. Yeah. Like for example, the sound of peace. Ano ba yung sound ng bee? Bee. Buzz. Buzz ata ang
It's a buzz.
Yes.
Narinig ko kasi.
Zazaz.
So, dito sa onomatopoeia, kung ano yung nire-resemble ng isang, for example, hindi lang siya hayop, but then all of the living things or
Bigyan ng-
non-living things. Yeah. Clap, tik-tak,
Para magkaroon ng
tik-tak.
excitement. Para magkaroon ng excitement yung isang sentence.
Ano yun?
Morning, morning.
Ano yun?
Yeah. Yawning. Ay, snore.
Yung snore. So dito sa onomatopoeia is, ang tatandaan nyo lang is, kung ano yung nire-resemble ng isang bagay or living things, it's either living things or non-living things.
Yes, ma'am.
So wala namang patunay na, for example, sa aso, bakit ba ang sound nila is what?
Bow, wow, wow.
Or
Ay?
wala namang nagpapatunay, but then nagre-relate tayo sa universal truth. That's why.
Hindi siya off-off.
It depends sa group.
Pag may lahi na aso,
Pag English daw are
pag-asta.
Okay. Pag English daw, art. Ang Filipino,
Ma'am, natiwil ko, no?
Spanish mo.
So, ano pa yung mga alam niyo sound?
Yeah.
Hindi. Sa ibang bagay naman. Ano yun?
Bagay, Mek.
Yung sumabog, boom!
Kasi ang aso, iba-iba ang ano nila eh. Iba-iba ang buhay nila eh.
It's like there's a bomb.
Di ba, ma'am, ang aso, iba-iba ang huni nila.
Uy, kapit
Ano yun?
May
May ano dyan eh.
Oy, may papatuloy.
Theories. Theories ang tawag doon. Language. Theories. Ano yung sound?
Bakit pag nasaktan ka, ouch?
Sabi nila, yung sound is, it depends kung saang bansa kayo naka-assign.
Sa tingin ako lang.
Yeah. Ano yan mo, bro?
Aso magtatampo na.
yung aso daw nila ma'am, ano,
Yung aso na Marky daw.
Sige, bro, mag-start.
Hindi kasi di ba kapag ang darating is hindi na kilala, yung aw-aw niya parang talagang
Basta-basta ba?
nagagalit siya. Aw-aw-aw-aw, ganito lang. Pero
EA, ho, how they clung and clutch.
Ay, sasaktan
Ano
ng
yung,
bag ko.
How they climb.
sa tingin yung gustong ipahiwatay ni Edgar Allan Poe dyan sa line na yan.
Yun nga, yun
How they
nga.
clung and clutch and ho.
Kung paano sila umili.
Nag-away sila eh. Walang
Inuusin ko yung time.
What do you think?
Yung lang yung, ayan, tapos flash yung sa tubig. Oh. Tapos yung roar.
It's like, what?
It's like, vehicle. On vehicle.
Okay. Well, how about the others? How are you going to perceive this? Or how are you going to identify this? Kung ano yung pinapahiwatan ni Edgar Allan Poe. So kay Sir Hector is vehicle daw.
Clang, clash, and burn.
Yeah.
Pero pwede siyang hayop yun, di ba?
Hayop, pwede kasi roar yung sa lion. Yeah, pwede. Pero minsan kasi yung roar ginagamit natin na the thunder's roar. Diba? Thunder.
Okay.
Pwede siyang watan.
What do you think? Aside from Sir Hector interpretation with this,
Iisa na kayo ibig sabihin ng sinabi niya.
Kapag yung motor,
Anong meaning yan?
Kaya pag dito ka, ano yung
Store?
yan ang
Wala kang idea eh, kaya ka tinatanong.
Na-search mo.
Clang.
Sige. Ano yung ano dyan?
Ano ba sa
Ano yung
Iba
mabas?
talaga may advantage.
Decline and clash and roar.
Alam niya na, bago pa magtanong, alam mo na.
Oo.
Ma'am IC, pabasa na lang po yun.
Basahin
Dito
mo.
sa ano, sa example is hindi dito yung, yeah,
Walang original.
hindi nakalagay ano ang ibig sabihin niya.
Could literally be taken as the bells creating the horrors or death he writes about.
Horror.
Horror. So it is about horror. Yung how
Ay,
they
oo.
clung and flash and roar.
Yes.
Thank you, Ma'am IC.
Sana lang yung may load.
So, the second one. So, are we clear with onomatopoeia?
Yes.
Are we clear sa likod?
Oo, ma'am.
May
So, the
meeting sila
second
din.
figures of sound is the alliteration. So, who wants to read?
Roma daw.
Wait lang, may mabagit na ako.
Focus sa Tracy, ma'am.
Alliteration is a sound device that involves the repetition of the first consonant sound in multiple words within a line of a poem.
Okay, in this figures of sound alliteration. So it is a sound device that involves the repetition of the first consonant. So, ang naulit dyan is yung first consonant. Consonant so yung mga consonant natin is
Yung parang loves like a red, or red rose, or...
hindi included sa A, O, U, I. So yung mga hindi included doon, those are the consonants na tinatawag. So dito sa alliteration,
Time na
yun
daw,
na,
ma'am.
A-I-O-U.
Maki.
So, dito sa alliteration, ang naulit is the consonant first.
Continuation na ulit.
Time na daw po. Yes.
Sa Saturday ulit.
Nag-enjoy ka eh. Nag-enjoy ka.
Grabe ka, Ma'am Maki. Ano ka?
Ilan si 3 days?
Ano na lang?
Ayun.
Pero alliteration dito sa alliteration, ang naulit lang dyan is yung consonant first. So, example is, okay, bago sa red rose. So,
Share
ano
lang
naulit dyan sa alliteration?
Red.
Red rose. So, hindi kailangan. Okay. So, hindi naman required na lahat ng word is lahat ng first letter ng word is maulit.
Yung consonants lang.
Yeah.
Kasi yung fire.
And the second one is the assonance. So, the assonance, di ko na ipapabasa, is noted for the repetition of the same vowel sounds in the line of a poem. So, dito naman, sa kanina is the consonant, ngayon naman is the assonance. So, here, who knows why the poem means slow? So, ano yung naulit na? Do you think?
Nose and blow.
Ha?
Nose and blow.
No, you are going to focus on the vowel. Who knows cold blows? So yun yung naulit sa assonance. And the last one is the consonant. So combination of the alliteration and the consonants. Pero dito, sa consonant is repeats the middle and final sound. Final consonant. Oh, mali pala. Sa consonant pala is
Consonant sound.
sa consonants, consonant lang yung nauulit.
Yes.
Wherein dito sa middle and final consonant. Gets?
Yes, ma'am.
So hindi siya combination ng alliteration and then the
Assonance.
Again, sa consonant is, ang nauulit dyan is the consonant, middle and final of the word. So example is, if you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar. So ano yung nauulit dyan? Music.
R. R.
And then, ang W, A-W,
R. Pala, no?
A-N-L.
Hindi. Sound kayo mag-base ng
R.
letter. Sound kayo mag-base.
R.
Yung sa middle is, ano yung nauulit? Yung E. Dreamer, liar, and then wisher. So yung I, or yung E na sound. And then sa last one,
Nagmamadali ka kasi nila.
Consonant lang, di ba?
consonant.
Eh, di yung mga R. R.
R.
R.
Then ano yung isa? Kasi middle and final consonant to eh.
R pa rin, ma'am. R.
R lang ba?
Middle kasi. R. Dreamer. Wisher.
He gives his harness bells a shake. He gives his harness bells a shake.
S.
So, ano yun?
S, ma'am.
S yung nahuhulit and then? Ano pa?
E.
He gives.
E.
Middle and
E and
Hindi
S.
kasi consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant. So here, in consonant, he gives his harness bells a shake.
S nga yung consonant,
H.
ma'am.
H, H, and S. So, yun yung sa consonant.
Sabi
Malinaw?
sa'yo,
Yes, ma'am.
continuation na natin yan eh.
Sabi mo